What's up, guys? Today we're doing a video on Kingdom Come Deliverance. New DLC came out called From the Ashes, where you actually build a town in the world back up from ashes. So this is the first
Is
part
going
of
on
it.
in
I'm going
Privis
to
Lavitz?
show basically
Henry,
a
you've
walkthrough
come at
of
just
the
the right time.
entire
I sent a man to
DLC,
Pribislav,
or
my locator,
at
Marius.
least to the point where you can kind of get an idea of how to get going. I mean, first, you
Your
want to go
plans to
talk to
resettle
Sir
the village?
Divish in
Yes.
Townburg. I actually had a hard time finding him. What I actually did was
What's
I
the
waited
location?
until nighttime,
A
and you can
land
go
amateur.
into his
I
room
charged him
where
with
he'll
checking
be
on the
sleeping,
condition of the settlement to see
and
if
you
we
can
can
wake him
start
up. He'll
rebuilding it.
talk, and he'll kind of
Why
tell you
Privis
what the
Lavitz of
deal
all
is.
places?
Pretty
Because
much,
it's been lying
he
fallow
lets you
and
know
falling
that
into
he
ruin
has
since it was
plans to
sacked by
basically
Havelmedic
rebuild
years ago.
the
It's about
entire
time that
city of
changed.
Well, it should
Privislavitz,
be safe
if
there
that's how you
now.
pronounce it.
We
So yeah,
trounced
so
that lot
first you
along
want
the
to come talk to
battlefield.
him,
Yes,
and he'll
and
kind of
that's
set
why
you
I
on your
sent my
way and
master
tell you to
locator
go
there.
find his
However, he
locator
should have been
in
back
the town of
long
Pribyslavitz,
since.
and from there you have to go
If you've
find
no
him. So
objection, I could go
that's what
look
we're
for
gonna
him.
do next.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out.
Alright, so once you actually get to the town of Pribyslavitz, you're gonna want to find the locator. Just to let you know, he is
Goodbye.
back here
Help me.
behind the tents. I actually
Hey.
spent like a good, I don't even know, I want to say probably 15 minutes trying to find this dude. When you actually come into the town itself, what's going to happen is there's going to be some bandits
Thank
still
you.
here. So what you want to
My
do, and what
pleasure.
I suggest
Sir
doing,
Divish sent me
which
to
it
find
took
you.
me a good,
And it looks like I
20
arrived
minutes,
just in
half an
time.
hour to finally,
God's
click in
truth.
my head, hey,
I'm
you should
Henry
come
of
in here and
Scouts.
use stealth as much
My
as you
name is Marius
can,
Belek,
and
Master
kind
Locator.
of stealthily
Sir
kill
Divish sent me
the
here to
bandits
survey the
as
area.
much as you
Well,
can.
the outlaws are out of the
Um,
way, so we can
and
go and
then
report to him, right?
and then you want to find the
Not
locator,
just
which is
yet.
in that tent back there.
Those
Once you
bastards
actually
caught me as
find
soon as
the
I
locator,
arrived. And so far what I've
he'll
seen is the
pretty
inside of the
much
tent they
thank you
tied
for
me up
saving
in.
his life, and he'll
I
explain to
still
you
have a
things
job to do.
about
Come along with me if you like.
what's going on,
I'll
and
report to
how
Sir Divish
he's the
afterwards.
locator. He plans on kind of seeing what
I'll
needs to
escort
be
you there.
done,
At least I can make sure you
in
don't
the
get caught
town,
again. Huh?
and
Are there more of
like
those
you're gonna go
bandits
walk
around?
around with him
No,
in the
no,
town and
I
kind of
just meant...
survey the area. So yeah,
Right.
that's what we're
Should we
about to
get
do
going?
right now. We're gonna go survey the town, and he's gonna tell
Every
you,
village must have
you
one.
know, uh,
It'd be nice and
spots that
prominent.
he thinks
It's on the
would be
hillside,
a
so
prime
the
spot
foundations
to
will
go
stay
do
dry.
certain stuff.
It can have its own little
He'll kind of
square,
tell you
close to the
the
church.
things that kind of need to be
There's no
done
better
to
site
kind of
here.
get things going in certain areas. So yeah, what you're about to
The
see
church is
now
still
is us
standing.
going to the church and the
Good.
bridge,
Good.
and then we'll skip
Whoever
to the
built it
part
did
where
a good job.
we're gonna continue
Considering how old it is
and
what
find
it's
out what
been
needs to
through
be done.
recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though. This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Huh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait? I'll head to Townburg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long. My lord, welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved
Your expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for...
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor.
Phew.
So, we're agreed. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me. And now I must get back to my duties at town.
Certainly, sir.
Farewell, sir.
All right, so at this point, we've talking with the locator, we've talking with Sir Divish. He's appointed you the bailiff. He wants you to go speak with the bailiff of the city of Ratai. I've actually found him walking in the field out here. I don't know what he's doing this far away from the city, but I found him out here in the field. I went and talked to him. For you, he'll probably actually be in the city itself. What you do is you speak to him and you explain to him what's happening. You give him the letter from Sir Divish. And from here on, he wants you to follow him to the town so that he can make a formal statement to kind of, you know, let everyone know, hey, you know, we are building the city of Pribyslavitz up from the ground, but you'll have to contribute if you want to live there. So from here, we're going to go to the city of Ratai and, you know, go give a formal statement. So we'll fast forward into that in just a bit. Alright, so at this point we are in the city of Ratai. As you can see, the bailiff, he is making his formal statement. He's letting everyone know, you know, you guys can move over to Pribyslavitz, but you have to work. And what's funny is, you know, as I'm doing this, you know, I'm kind of standing here with the bailiff to kind of, you know, kind of look the part and kind of look like I'm you know, some sort of importance, you know, kind of standing up here with the guy. And as I'm standing up here, I forgot that, you know, like at night, you're supposed to have a torch with you, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, hey, you know, let me inspect you. And you know, you could talk down to him and kind of tell him no, but I didn't have anything that I was trying to hide, so I just let him search me. So I mean, I thought that was really funny. But yeah, so anyways, the bailiff gives his statement and we're about to leave the city and go back. We're gonna go back to Pribyslavitz and, you know, see what's going on there. So we'll finish out this guy's statement and then we'll go back to Pribyslavitz.
By Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Scarlet's friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
So, from that scene, you can see that the construction of the new city of Pribyslavitz is well underway. We've got people coming out here, you know, doing wood. We've got the citizens coming out here to help, and I still have my torch in my hand and put that away. But yeah, so as you can see, the city looks way different than it did when we were first here. When we were first here, it looked completely different. You know, half the place is completely torn down. There's a lot of woods and bushes that have been cleared out in preparation for the the rebuilding of the city. So when you actually get back here, what you want to do is you want to come over here and,
Good
well,
day, Henry.
I mean, first you want to eat because you're probably hungry. At least my guy was. So you take some food, you come talk to the guy Marius. He's gonna
Welcome
kind of
back.
run down things
What
with
news
you and
from
explain
Rattay?
to you,
Well,
you know, the whole
bailiff read Sir
situation of
Divish's
what's
decree,
going on. He's
and
gonna
now
kind
I'm
of give
officially
you a
bailiff
kind of
of Cribbis
tutorial
Rabbits.
He'll
of
allow me to
you
congratulate
know, how to do things, how to look
What
at your
will be your
book, how to
first
put
step?
money into the
First,
place.
I'll
You're gonna need a lot of money for this.
actually, I'm not quite sure.
Whenever I
What would
started
you recommend?
doing this,
As
I
it
had, I want to
happens,
say
I
21,000.
already sought a few things in your absence.
And towards
You
the end of
might
this
have
video, I'm
noticed
gonna
that the
end
first
with
people have
about
come
10
from
or
Rattay.
9,000,
Yeah,
and
I
then
saw
even
some
at
heading
that,
here right away.
you have to go
So when
you have to
they
go around
arrived,
the world and go
I
get
was able to
supplies
start
that's
clearing
that's
building
actually
plots with
needed
them. After
for
they'd
what's
erected
going
some
on.
temporary
So
dwellings, that is.
it's not cheap. This DLC is not cheap at all. So you're gonna have to
So we're
need
ready to
some
get things
money.
started?
As long as you
So if
know
you're
what you
starting a
want
new
to build,
playthrough and you're actually
I
going
can
through
show
it,
these new
you need to
people what
start
to
selling
do.
stuff. You
We'll be
need to
building
start
on the
making
sites
yourself
we've
some
measured
money
out.
because
We can
if
go and
you
look them over first.
because if you're
like.
gonna do this,
I'll
you're
do
gonna
that.
need some
I'll see
cash.
what's
So
going to be built where.
so yeah,
Nevertheless, I
we're
doubt
talking
you'll
with
be
the
able to
guy and
figure
he's
that
explaining
out
things,
just
and
from
we're gonna
looking at
see
the
what's what in
sites.
just a bit.
How do I choose what to build where?
I've already given it some thought on your behalf. I even wrote it all down in the accounts ledger. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be kept at the Rat House.
Well, there's nothing here, so we'll have to build everything. Ale house, bakery, butchers, rat house. Did I mention ale house?
Eventually. But be warned. To begin with, it's always best to start with facilities that will be producing construction materials for everything else. And since we'll mainly be using timber, it makes sense to set up a woodcutter's camp.
All right. And then what?
That depends. Every building has its use. But you'll soon get the grasp of it, and it's all in the ledger.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it, so you should keep it topped up to prevent delays. Which reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Yes, of course.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
I see. But how much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
Well, as you said yourself, it's just a continuation of your work for Sir Divish, so I see no reason to change the conditions now.
Well, all right. It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access to the trunk. Besides, we'll have guards on watch here.
That's reassuring.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
I want to build something.
Certainly, Master.
I'd rather...
So we've talked with him. You know, you kind of got an idea of what's going on. This chest right here is where you want to put your money into to, you know, basically run your city. And this book is where you're gonna do basically everything as far as, you know, seeing what you need to do, seeing how much money you have, and the buildings that you can do. So right now we have a rat house and a labor camp, and you can see how much money you have and, you know, your objectives and your resources. And this is the map. Nothing's there right now, but as you add stuff, you know, this will pretty much show you everything that like you can build. And as you know, as you actually, you know, construct stuff in your city, the map will actually start looking a lot better, and it'll show the buildings that you've contributed to the city. So, at the moment, there's nothing on the map, but you see an extended rat house. Let's say you add the church, you add the rat house, you add a tavern. Your map will start to kind of show that on the map. Like all of those buildings that you've constructed will be shown on the map, which I think is pretty cool and neat. Um, and I'm just kind of going through the book to show you how much everything costs. I mean, 4,300 for a butcher, 43 for this, 5,000 for a stables, 5,000 for a guardhouse. It's not cheap. Uh, Doing this DLC will run you some money, so I thought it would be best to kind of show you the book and kind of give you an idea of just how much of money you'll probably end up needing and running through and doing so. So yeah, that's the book. That's It shows you everything that you can build in the city and everything you can do. From here, I think the first thing we need to build is the road and a trader's hut and a woodcutter's lodge and stuff like that. So we're going to get that done in just a bit. So first I'm going to add, basically all of my money into that. I put every bit of money I had, and then I think we do a woodcutter's
Let's go to the...
place first. So we're going to do that. What I don't like about this is that you actually have to walk with the guy, to each site. So,
Ready to start?
let's say you want to go build something, you have
I'm
to
ready.
walk with them all the way down there, which I've
I'll
actually
just quickly
edited
check again that
and
we
cut
have
it to
everything
where,
we need.
it shows us getting down to business down here.
All good.
And, here
We
we're
can
about to
start
build
construction.
a woodcutter's lodge. So, it fast forward a few days later, and it's going to show you a little cutscene of, you having a woodcutter's lodge out here to start producing wood for the city. So, which I think is cool. I'm pretty sure that like everything you build has a little cutscene involved and shows you, you actually bringing people in and them kind of doing their job. So, I mean, that's pretty neat. And from here, I mean, I didn't want to fuck around. I was trying to get shit done. So from here, you're going to talk with him again. And so long as you have the money and you have what's required to build what you need to build, you're going to be able to just go ahead and do it. So I told him, I think I said I want to do, a paved road and a bridge. So we're going to do the paved road and bridge. Click on it. There you go.
Bridge won't do. We need a proper bridge.
And then you're going to
and a
go
firm
walk
road.
to the bridge and actually
Good.
have a conversation
We've got
about it.
everything.
So,
Come along with me.
he's going to
The
say,
site where we'll be
here we
building.
go. And he's going to want you to walk all the way to the bridge, which, lucky for you, I've edited it. And we're here. And here's the cutscene a few days later. And it shows a nice little bridge that we've built right here. So we have a bridge, and now we can have people coming and going from the city, doing trade. And it's going to kind of be another lifeblood of the city. So, yeah, that's about it. That's about as far as what I've done in my city. There isn't much else I've done. Oh no, I've added a trader's tavern. Yeah, so I forgot that I added that. I went ahead and I built a trader's tavern too, so that we can kind of have an income. So the tips that I would have when you start this DLC is start building stuff that's going to produce your city some kind of income, because like you don't want to just go ahead and build the church, which I'm pretty sure isn't going to bring you any kind of income whatsoever. So when you start off, what you want to do is you want to build stuff that's going to bring your city income, and then as you build stuff, you're going to look at the map and you can see all the stuff on the map. So down here we have a woodcutter's place now, we have the bridge, we have a trader's tavern, and as you slowly start to build stuff in your town, you're going to see your map go along with that. So, and if you zoom out, this is all of the supplies that you're going to need to actually do what you need. So there's a lot of stuff you have to go out there and get. I'm not actually going to show that in the video because that's going to be a very time consuming thing to go fast travel to each place. And then just imagine if you're doing this in hardcore. In hardcore, there's no fast travel, so so like that means you're gonna have to actually travel to all of those locations and actually ride there. So yeah, so at this point we have we have a couple things in the city, but we still need supplies, which I'm gonna do that after this video is done. But if you look at the map, you saw, I mean, I kind of quickly glanced over it, but you can probably just pause the video. Um, the map has updated with the stuff that we've gotten, and yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty neat. So this video isn't a full walkthrough that's going to show you, each and every little thing that's been added, but hopefully this kind of gives you a guide as to how to set up everything and how to get yourself going. Um, I mean, I haven't even gotten to the point where I've built everything, and I'm a little ways in, but look, things cost money. This is not cheap. Things cost a lot of money. So I hope this video helps you guys get going in Kingdom Come Deliverance from the Ashes DLC. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, thumb it up, share it with whoever else plays the game that you know. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for you.